Hey guys, it's us. We are back. Um, we had a very serious family medical emergency um, that we had to take care of, um, or I had to take care of. Um, but anyway, like I said, uh, YouTube has taken it upon itself to tell me that I am playing copyrighted content, and I am not. I have read excerpts out of a manuscript and critiqued it, and found that the people that wrote it were full of shit,
Yep.
and that
And like we've been saying from the very get go, again, all of our experiences that we've recounted and expressed and elaborated on, everything that we have basically stated is true and accurate and valid to the best of our awareness, to the best of our
abilities.
the whole 9 yards. Yeah. And if you'll notice that about 80 to 95, 80 to 98% of most of the generalized ones out there that claim that they have some sort of connection to said whatever it may be, clandestine, negative, whatever you want to call it. Rule number one, as theory, they're not going to directly, within a matter of, let's say, right here and now. It's going to take some reflection time, whatever they may have issues with, and some of them will never even heal. Some of their trauma is that serious. Some of it's that um, oh shit, if you will, and that's what a lot of the generalized public or the population is not stopping to consider, if you will. Um, GP and myself, we never claimed to enjoy or anything like that being a part of any. No, I mean, yeah, we 100% grew up together. Yes, we did. Um, and right after, in between the Carolina children's ranch that we initially met at, here in the now, if you will, um, then we were at several other places throughout our growing up, if you will. All that is accurately correct. It's true. Other ones have actually said, yeah, remember you, this, and this. And they have even come out and said, all your physical possessions, the Christmas party, some of the other physical possessions that, for example, the Christmas party that we were both at, we got horribly sick off of um, gingerbread icing that we were,
We were
whatever.
making a gingerbread house, and while we were making the gingerbread house, we was actually eating some of the icing
Yeah, and we shouldn't have been doing it, but
because we had
already
already
had
pigged out on chocolate chip
yeah,
cookie
chocolate chip
sandwiches.
cookies, and
And
yeah,
it's two chocolate chip cookies with ice cream in the middle,
and that's yeah, you don't
homemade.
yeah, not the store bought stuff. That's the real deal stuff, and the point is little seemingly irrelevant um, memories or experiences may not mean much with the generalized public or the population, but when it comes to said programs, if okay, say for example that her experiences, memories, whatever you would like to refer to them as, were activated or triggered, if fully and on full force will, they're still coming through, but with the way let me see, then when we were both up on panel with the other, before we, you know, stepped away from that permanently. Um, I reactivated her what do you call it, the would you say the rest of the memories, which we're still going over now, and the experiences and GP
I'm listening.
and the and so forth. And let's say, for example, let's not forget the bracelet, the shiny gold bracelet that you have on that you had in your makeup kit that you were. And I happened to look down and notice it, and I looked at you very inquisitively. You still have that? And you looked at me and you were like, "Yeah, I, yeah, I do still have it." I'm like, "Oh wow!" But it's just the truth of things, folks. A lot of the actual generalized claiming to be survivors, or ones out there claiming that they may or may not have had anything to do with any said horrible programs. And keep in mind, just because we're up here speaking on this does not mean that we're enjoying speaking on it. I mean, the part about getting it off your chest and coming clean, and the fact that this occurred, that feels good. It feels good getting. I mean, does it not, GP?
Yes, it does.
And to other people, they may be like, "Really? It actually feels good talking on sick things." No, it's not about that, folks. The fact that we're actually speaking on this stuff in generalized principle makes it.
There was something that I didn't read in the beginning on
Go for it. Go ahead.
On 6.
Okay. Yeah, I got you.
Spiritual law and guidance. This law means that when we genuinely seek guidance and help from the spiritual energetic realms, and we pray or ask directly for that guidance and support, that we will always receive a response. Now listen to this. When we do not feel an immediate answer, it is because our spiritual connection is weakened, or it is related to timing and location in which to properly receive the message. Be mindful of the spirit of patience as you may be learning to face spiritual lessons or solve life's problems in ways that build the inner core self and increase self-confidence over time while on the Gnostic path. No, that is not how it works. And this says, sincerely, Noel. Noel, let me tell you, when God does not answer your prayer, it means this. It is not your timing that He is supposed to answer your prayer. It is on His time, not yours. So, that right there, I'm going to call bullshit because I go to church every Sunday. These people, guys, are full of shit. This book called Montauk Memoirs, The Final Mission, was wrote by Stephen Shearer, Rocco Fowler, and Christy Campbell.
And that's not at all, in fact, how Montauk went.
That is nothing how Montauk went.
So careful, Todd.
Okay?
No, it's not.
When God does not answer your prayers, say, okay, let's just say it's me and you, honey.
Mm-hmm.
Before we reconnected.
Yeah, I'm listening. Go ahead.
I prayed that God would bring me back to you. And just because He doesn't bring me and you back together right then and there,
doesn't mean it's not going to happen.
Doesn't mean that it won't happen. You have to have faith. Okay? Mm-hmm. You have to have faith in God or your higher power.
at least have an understanding that just because time is time, no time is not time. Time does not exist in programs, not these.
We're gonna go through this book tonight. I will try and go through all 85 pages tonight. It says Act 1, August 2nd, 2024. Montauk. Torture. Cages. I was watching a video of Rocco on Typical Skeptic podcast. I began to get memories of him at Montauk. I remember the cages and that there were feces in them. I remember him as a wisecracker and yelling at those that were in control of us. Sorry, Stephen. You're full of shit. Because me and JC was there. I was the one giving the adults hell every goddamn day.
Mm-hmm. They had their hands full with her too.
Exactly. I remember him being dragged out of the cages, screaming at them and laughing at them, calling them names of all kinds. Wrong-o. That was me, yet again. I have always been the smart-ass, wisecracking GP.
Yeah.
I've been around. GP has been around for many moons.
Mm-hmm.
D-Live was not just where GP came from. That was just a memory that I ended up remembering.
I gave you the name GP when we were younger.
Yes, you did.
As kids.
And a friend of mine popped that memory into my head when he said, I've got a new nickname for you. And that nickname stuck, and that is why it is now shortened to GP. He was trying to protect us all and taking a lot of torture, so we didn't have to bear all of it. He was funny and made us all laugh. He didn't do shit except for hide in his little fucking hole. We were a big family unit, and he was loved by all. No, he wasn't. He was a fucking beta. He always tried to keep us together in this difficult situation. Joseph Powell was Preston's lapdog. So, you admit that Joseph Powell was Preston's little lapdog. Ain't that some shit? I can tell you right now, Joseph Powell wasn't the fucking lapdog. It was fucking Rocco Dylan Fowler.
Mm-hmm. And again, I've got, there are a few previous friends, which I'll not say their names out of respect for them. And no, Rocco, don't worry about them because you'll never know who they are, because with all due respect, I respect both. In other words, as long as you stay the hell out of my way, stay out of my life, I'll stay out of yours. But as far as you would say with me, that trust on sale.
Oh, and Rocco?
Because I'm tired of being told what to do. I'm tired of being, my opinions don't matter worth a fuck or shit to anybody. Here, GP is kind, she's loving, and she's highly intelligent. And as far as this gold digger shit, as you would have said, brother, wait, brother? Fuck no, you ain't no brother. You're just another whatever. I mean, in another reality, maybe, possibly, but whatever. This ain't that reality. This is the here and now. Just saying. And I'm tired of being told what the fuck to do, like I said. I'm recounting my experiences and GP's experience as we best are able to account.
GP tells him that he has his own fucking opinions, and his opinions matter.
And let's just say to Rocco, there's things I've just become aware of, and I'll not say what they are as far as is certain Preston being dead, well, let's just say I've got information that would state that he is still alive and well, and the location where he is now, well, you'll never know because, hey, guess what? You're not a part of this. Wasn't it said you want to live your life? Well, you know what? Live your fucking life. Stay the hell out of this. This is not your fight. Stay out of it. Goodbye.
And this goes out to everybody that, hey, John,
Hey, bro, what's going on, brother?
this goes out to a certain someone. I never said that I was a federal agent. JC has never stated that he was a federal agent.
Nope, never did.
We were not hired by any government, anything.
Agents. No. And as far as Montauk goes,
We were there.
We were there. But as far as here in the now goes, that's there's a thing I prefer to look at it as. Long night,
Yeah.
There's a very damn long
We
night,
had
brother.
to cut the other live stream short because
Due
we
to
had
some-
a family emergency.
Yeah, that had to be.
I had to deal with it right
Yeah.
away.
So, but yeah, as far as you guys saying that none of this occurred, we were there. We were stable alphas. I was the first stable alpha. Get over it. And I do remember that now. There are certain things that cannot be done by just anybody. Alphas are voice activated. GP reactivated me in a matter of speaking, and she heard my voice several months ago on that live panel, and well, that's already been stated. So
I
Yeah.
kept sitting there thinking to myself, is that him? That's him. That's him. That's him. And
ever
at
since
first,
then,
I didn't really want to acknowledge that it could be him.
and neither did I, because with respect,
We kept muting our mics back and forth.
I mean, I kept getting names from my past I could not explain. I even asked a certain family member, this name or this name, and he's like, the first one. I'm like, oh shit. And I thought about it. I'm thinking, okay, could it be? And I kept thinking back to the children's ranch in Carolina, and I'm thinking, oh, whoa, hold the fuck on. And then I was, told to friend request GP on Facebook. Well, let's just say that was a big fuck up on somebody's behalf. Rocco, not naming any names. Oh, yep, I just did.
Oops.
Sorry, not sorry. Whoops. Whatever. Point is, but yeah, and all this is legitimately accurately true. So
I even had a picture sent to me and proven with a 90% accuracy rate. I showed this person right where I was being held. And they looked it up. And sure enough, yes, there was.
and then this person also asked me what my rumors block number was, and I was able to correctly the first time without having to guess. I was able to reaccount that, and they're like, yes, that's correct. JC or Joseph. Thank you for the laughs and everything, guys.
Just
shows
ignore
that-
it.
Yep, I'm gonna ignore it. I'm having fun with this. It's getting much needed things out. So yeah.
But here
But
you
yeah.
go. Here's another thing. This memory unlocked the onion of memories, which caused a cascade of unlocked information. I will usually remember the good times before the dark experiences come to the surface. Bullshit. It's always dark before it gets light.
Mm-hmm.
When the heart opens up so we can dive deeper as we feel comfortable that there were good experiences with our relationship.
Let me tell you something. When she had me video chat with her, Steve, voice activation can only be done between male and female alpha if it's voice activation. Because visualization, audio, when it comes to voice and when it comes to face and when it comes to physical possession, the more things to back it up right then and there, It's not required, but the more the better. It's recommended, and that's why it was done. What would you say? 3, 4, 5 days early from what you had from what it was.
What I had originally planned.
But it worked well, and come to find out, there's a reason why they have a term of many levels to manipulation, many levels to if they don't want people to know or individuals worldwide to know things, there's going to be a way that they're going to at least slow them down into remembering or coming across what's really there and what not there and that sort of thing. Um, and the mind wipes, cyber scrubs, whatever you would like to refer to them as, like I said the other night, and I'm not going to be quiet about this. No, everyone that's trying to get us to be quiet, we're not going to be quiet. I'm going to still keep speaking truth, and I don't really care who has a problem with it. Because I'm frankly tired of being told, be quiet, this, that, and
Exactly.
GP and I and one or two others. You know who you are. Big shout out to you. Love you. You know who you are. And again, there's one or two others, and they are listening. Big shout out to you. Love you to death, brother. You've been there for us when needed and when you're able to, and that's what really fucking counts. Big shout out, comrade and brother-wise.
We owe you.
Big time. So, hopefully, don't make you emotional or anything.
August 3rd.
So we're going to go with it.
August 3rd, 2024. Raylene's Memories. Christie's.
Okay, go ahead.
Raylene came to Montauk at 7 years old. She remembers being put into cages where she was fed dog food. Dog food? Really? You were actually in a holding cell.
Uh-huh.
The handlers gave her water, and the food was a slop mix of all kinds of food, usually a liquid of vegetables. No.
I remember green and yellowish green mac and cheese usually, which I really got burnt out on after a while. I mean, yeah, talk about moldy. I'm going to be quiet about that because I really don't want to think about it. I'm going to stop
please.
right
My
there.
stomach is...
Yeah.
I was taken out of my cage and brought up to the main area where it's all open. Everyone was there looking at me. I was in a white nightgown that was a dingy color. It was like a large men's shirt on a 7-year-old girl. I was quiet and stood still. I did what I was told. I came from another place that had already split my mind and performed the programming. Okay. She came from a different facility.
Okay.
Accessing abilities. The guys there were Rocco, Danny, Ark, Jacob, Susan, Vero, Spears, Powell, Rink. Didn't we just mention that name a few days ago?
That's what I thought.
Tyler, Preston, and Al. Everyone was there to see what I could do. Every time a new kid came in, all the teenagers or teachers had to watch to see the kids' abilities and where they would be placed. There were many bases. The teachers would meet with the programmers and discuss where each kid would be placed at what base. No.
You know, I don't seem to actually remember that. I mean, as far as adults meeting with kids or teachers or whatever that is, you were lucky if you saw an adult once every 12 to 24 hours if you're lucky. I mean, it was literally, as it's been said, kids run by fucking kids. There's a reason why and as some would say, I'm surprised that the motherfucker didn't clap sooner than it did. I mean, right or wrong.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
There was a file on each kid where each kid had a number on their file. They would test the kid with torture and push them as hard as they could with electroshock.
Yeah, about that.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Because YouTube wanted to take this book down, take my 3 live streams down because of this book, because somebody reported it, and they stated that we was pretty much playing copyrighted content.
When in fact all we're doing is expressing the truth. Because my name directly and my altars and hers are directly mentioned, if not indirectly, as per key code words, things like that. And I do remember speaking a while back with Steve before I unfriended him. I unfriended him, yes I did, because I mean he's out there, but I'm aware that testing did happen before arrival. That's probably what they were doing at the children's ranch, trying to see what was what with people, and they'd always have people. I am remembering that actually. So, yeah. So yes, that's correct.
The torture tactics consisted of a cattle prod, needles of all kinds, with devices that were inserted into the body. There were 2 groups which were separated in the initial procedure. Near the end of the experiments, these 2 groups were paired.
Yep. Tests with torture. Yeah, that actually makes zero sense. That is because they test them with it to see what they can do. He was just stating that what's being said here in the book is complete and total
absolute bullshit.
Absolutely.
Exactly. And you are right about that.
You're correct about that. That's true.
The kids would then battle Group A and B to the death. Afterwards, the dead were regenerated and put back into battle on another day. The winners and survivors of the battle would get a treat or snack and would eat in front of everyone.
Say what?
I
don't remember there ever being. Oh, shit, if that's the case, somebody owes me an Oreo cookie pack or something.
No shit.
Where the fuck are my chips at or fucking Cheetos at? Oh, wait, is it the people that kept trying to scope in on us months ago where they're trying to eat fucking Cheetos and sounding like they're wet, juicy
farts? Put the shorty down. We got Funyuns and Cheetos.
Meanwhile, you see a big ass 7 to 8 foot
pot plant
hauling ass out the window. Oh shit. Okay, Shaggy, get the hell out of the room. Oops. Mic dropping. Bam. Okay,
all right.
Moving on.
Next page. Head of torture. They brought in Rocco to help calm my mind. He sat me in a chair and put electrodes on my temples. Rocco told me telepathically, this is going to hurt, so you need to bring out your altar. Bring in Raylin. She will be able to take the pain. Rocco was in charge of torture. He would put needles in my arms and legs.
Hey, Cal, what's up?
He would put needles in my arms and legs and poke my eyes with a needle, all while talking to me. Rocco would tell me telepathically, you're all right. This feels really good to you. He did heavy-duty torture to me, all while coaxing my altar because that side of myself was able to withstand all the torture and pain. Rocco would feed his, and this is gross.
Want me to do it?
No.
Okay.
Rocco would feed me his phallus after each session. He would feed me his private part after each session and explain to me what I did was a really good job. Rocco was very proud, and for my reward, he would give me his male part.
Moving on. Yeah, he was very disgusting.
We know it's you, Servap.
Should we have the moderator keep that or get rid of it? All right, moderator, hold on.
That's all right. Fuck it. Let it go.
All right, moderator, you know what to do.
I wouldn't doubt it. I would not doubt it.
Point is, this book is majorly untrue. So yeah, that would be yeah.
And I just read you the spiritual law and guidance. Um,
Yeah, we get that. We understand that. We've been encountering that a lot lately.
yeah, we've been getting that. All right, page 22. Defending our city. We take the full force, trying to balance our being. We are interdimensional people. We feel it all. People don't understand how we feel. They are not like us. We do it to protect because it is the oath of our order. We know what we are doing. We are the kings of our crystal cities. I do not believe so, John.
If you are very indirectly referenced. I did catch
Um,
things of an android or cyborg being mentioned, and I'm just not sure if that was directly based off. I don't know. It's just a lot of this. It's easy to interpret once you sit down and think about it, especially if the experiences apply to you. That's one of the reasons why when I do the lives, or when I was doing the lives, I was actually referring to other code names of either people or situations. And
Preston and L. Ron Montauk.
um,
No, Elon Musk. It says, we know what we are doing. We are the kings of our crystal cities. Wrongo. No, it does not.
this one is
Just the one in New York.
the American counterpart.
Now, here's where it starts talking about JC.
And keep in mind, I do remember this actually. So
JC was also there to help and a few others. I was very sore the next day and it was hard to move. JC told me he was all battered up as well.
and if he's gonna use what I say or try to use it against me or whatever, he could at least get it right because I also said something along the lines and it really fucking hurt too. I was just waking up and I wasn't really in the best of moods at that point, but he seemed like he had a really peaceful vibe, so I went ahead and went with it. And well, that was I would say that was one of the last few times I actually directly chatted with him on instant messenger or anything. But that's been what? This is done in 2024,
This was done in 2024.
and
This
that
was 2 years ago.
and
So
this,
I know it took longer than the 3 months to get it onto a selling platform.
well, the point is when it comes to these type of things, it takes a lot longer than just a week or two, a month, whatever, to get it written up, proofread, reproofread, edited, and taking out sensitive parts, whatever, whatever's going to
Exactly.
be categorized. Then you got to go and get the ISBN
We're not going to go
number.
there with that.
Yeah, we're gonna pass at the moment. We're gonna pass on that. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, permanently for the moment, I don't. I mean, the name gives me a really like a bland sense. So why do I even need to? And it's nothing against you or anything out there. It's just, yeah. But no, as far as that goes, not going to go there at the moment. So, yeah.
They don't edit these books at all, I don't think.
Yeah, that's true. I would say so. Considering we've already
Yeah.
found
Several
proof
misspellings. Yeah,
errors, whole 9 yards. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's written in a what the fuck sense. I mean,
yeah,
it's like even going back, a 10-year-old could have proofread it better than it was proofread.
exactly.
And yeah, I was like, what the hell is this?
Still on page 22. I wanted to be both genders, experiencing its splendors. I figured out the equation on a chalkboard in my sacred chamber within my rainbow crystal city. Pondering on the journey it would take to complete, Blake was with me, laughing at what I wanted to do. I had a 0.001%, I stated. There's still a chance. It was mission impossible. Um, I hope you got Tom Cruise's approval for that.
Hmm.
Um, we worked together day by day, working out this equation.
And that, go ahead.
It has been 1 billion years since I went on my journey to fix it. I had to generate enough energy to break it into its subatomic particles. Huh.
So, I mean, okay, I will say this in comment, then we can move on. I mean, my mind or my brain has a certain really bizarre way of stating or expressing things. I mean, you're aware that there's a few people out there that is aware that they see that, but at the same time, um, yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
I found out about this just recently, and well, let's just say I'm not thrilled. I'm definitely not happy about this. And the thing is, I received nothing on this. I mean, I wasn't told before I even was. I mean, something about you're indirectly mentioned, and it's like, okay, I didn't really think much of it, to be honest. And I would say around that time, I went ahead and printed it out so I could look, and got to doing something else. And again, like I said, was going through some at that time things, if you will, um,
Health issues.
health issues, and we were just I'm getting over some other things, and the thing went missing in one of the in the spare room over here, and well, and then it got mentioned yet again a few weeks ago or whatever, and it's like, what the fuck? Wait a minute, I have that damn thing. It's in the other room, and I mentioned this to GP, and she's like, well, you know what? We need to find that damn book then, that damn those papers or manuscript or whatever the hell they want to call it. And so I went ahead and took some time the other day, located. It took me a little while, but okay. And yes, also have there's I say two big main files, two or three or four, something like that.
Something like that.
And yeah, they're safe, and they're backed up in at least 3 or 4 locations, not just on paper.
Okay,
So,
here we go.
keep going.
This is why this substance came out of me when the Kundalini activated. Now, for all of you that don't know what a Kundalini is, it is a form of dominant, coiled spiritual life force energy located at the base of your spine. That is a Kundalini. That is not a spirit. That is not a memory. That is not anything. It is your body's energy at the base of your spine, which is at the very, very bottom. I had the blueprint for dismantling its structure, making it inert and easy to research. I was determined to restore the ancient world and bring the diamond light to everyone. I wanted to restore my family and have succumbed to these wicked individuals. The fire burned within my being to get it done. Talking about the ancient world, and yet again, you guys did not get written permission from this band. Later, I put on the music video, The Vengeful One by Disturbed, and felt electrostatic energy around my body. I was going after the control structures these corrupted red devils set up around the earth. I broke through their operations and smashed them all up, and destroying the individual that attacked me in the interview the other week. Okay, somebody's lost his marbles.
Okay. Are you sure you're not referring to a Here and Now interview or whatever or something? Because you know what, Steve, this kind of reminds me of, and I'm just going to compare it to, and I'm going to give a verbal shout out credit wise, big shout out to you guys. It's a long movie, hard to follow if you're not sitting down and actually paying attention to it. What is it? Cloud Atlas, I think it is. Cloud Atlas, something.
What is it?
Or they start in the past, present, future, and jump back and forth.
Bloopers.
That's another one. And the point is, if you're not paying attention, then what the fuck? But the point is that's kind of what you're doing, Steve. And I'm not sure, to be honest. I mean, yeah, I've chatted with you once or twice, I guess. But then again, as they would say, is someone comment that some are anchored to the here and now. Some are so far out there that they may physically be mostly, let's say, 90-95% here, mostly physically. But there's a small part of that mind that's here just enough to where they can function physically. But the rest is, well, as they would say in layman's terms, you're out in la la land. Or you're basically on some of the higher, as they would say, what the fuck clouds. Oh. Let me guess he's pissed about it. Or not too thrilled, at least. As well as...
Blake does know he's in the book. Okay.
Yeah. And I would say to him, probably not thrilled. But
Probably not thrilled.
I understand that.
Because of how they're making him out to be.
Uh-huh.
I was going after the control structures these corrupted red devils set up around the earth. I broke through their operations and smashed them all up, and destroying the individual that attacked me in the interview the other week. I saw his head explode all over the control room with blood going everywhere. I was in rage. I was interplaying my energy with the music video, just like I did with the Doom walkthrough of Saturn in my other book. I violently coughed out the black energy from this event. It was the man that wore the mask from my second book. Okay. He said no, he's fine. He's a chill dude about things. He doesn't remember.
Gotcha. Cool. All right. Well, that's good. At least he's taking it. Okay, I mean, too, I'm just, yeah.
Let's
But
see.
I'm still going after I'm still seeking some what can be done to fix this, because I do feel like I was in a way Yeah, I never agreed to be mentioned. Because if they told me to be like, or I definitely thought about it for a long time. Because being mentioned with all this horrific bullshit, no, 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 no. Oh, I actually didn't.
Bubba, you need to move.
Yeah, really, come on, dude. I didn't spill any of that for me. Coffee and come on, dude. Thank
Get
you.
out of the way.
Okay, here we go.
There were many grays that came over the podcast. I saw them fly near my star in my pineal gland. That is where your little rocks are. I'm sorry, that's where that gland is. Right by your little man. God's kingdom is monitoring the situation. I see his mountain above my head as the grays fly around my pineal gland star.
You actually, Steve, are you actually familiar with any of this that you're describing or expressing? Because it honestly doesn't sound to me like you've done any of research on any of this Kundalini, pineal gland, and they have, and actually, are you sure you're talking about the right one?
That little gland he's talking about is right up underneath your boys.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Right in between your boys and the asshole neighbor.
Yeah. Yep. And that's what I'm getting at. A lot of this is medical, but a lot of it is a different form of medical, and that's what you're not stopping to
realize.
Steve. I mean, that's one reason why I don't speak on a lot of this, because one, it'll take upon, let's just say it would take, I would say for each one of these subjects, you could fill an entire half room at least, if not more, with stacks of papers upon papers of references to, let's say, multiverse, Montauk, a lot of theories, a lot of it fact, a lot of it classified, some of it, in a matter of speaking, and that's what they're, whatever. Moving on, point is, a lot of this stuff in which is being referenced. The Kundalini.
The Kundalini is your energy at the bottom of your spine. Right exactly. Where your tailbone is.
And there's a lot of information background on it that a lot of the general public does. You
guys have got to Google that.
Huh?
You need to Google that. Here. D-A. There you go.
Yeah, that's exactly what it says. Well.
The Greys tried to see if they could invade as they flew over. They saw God's mountains and turned away. Okay. I guess that means he got an erection and somebody was hovering over top of him. Oh, they're trying to claim that Atlantis was a place where they made methamphetamine.
So, no.
I hate to tell you this, John, or tell you this, Steve, sorry. Methamphetamine is made with Sudafed cough medicine.
And not just that, but it's a modern day.
It is a modern day drug. It is not a past thing.
It is a modern day drug. It is not a past thing. It is a modern day drug. 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 It is a modern because the off-worlders, on-worlders, the distant civilizations or cultures would not have actually been even involved in, that sort of production or whatever you want to refer. They wouldn't have been involved in it. They're more interested in improving spirituality, exploration of the stars, trade, um, and just basically, yeah.
Um, and here is another copyright infringement.
It's just the point is as far as we're aware, history-wise, they never had any of the illicit hobbies that they made.
They
back
had
then.
they had opium and they had morphine.
But what I'm saying is as far as I'm aware, they didn't mention any of the like making meth, if you will, and I don't even like that. I'm mentioning that word online, technically.
Exactly.
It's like the R word and the N word or some of the other derogatories. I don't really like mentioning because it's a really horrible way of expressing or elaborating on things. Not good. That's why I try to stay away from it.
We're not going to go into that.
No. And again, it's I'm hearing the now current day way of making very bad things. And that we would not wish to be associated with.
No, I'm not going to be associated with it, and I'm not going to tell anybody how to make it because
he's not even mentioning it.
Exactly. The only reason why I know what is in it is because of when I was incarcerated was when it started coming out. I had to constantly wash my hands because I was the one entrusted with stocking the freaking shelves in the place.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z Universe. Page 25. Page 25. DBZ Universe. Rocco is Vegeta in a universe we work together in. When he moves into that energy, his physical body reacts to the energy that activates. Not going to go into that. Rocco becomes erratic and very aggressive, just like you expect from his character. It's quite funny. He plays the role perfectly. He does play the perfect role of somebody who pretends to be a martial artist, boxer, and all of that. He does make the role look seamless, but that's just what it is. It's a role. It's a role game to him. Rocco was pissed at an individual. He opened a portal for me to take care of it. We both entered this portal. I saw Vegeta go to the side. There we go. Right there.
Yep.
That says it all.
And again.
Yes, he is stealing it from Head Knife.
Yep.
Where did I do with that pen?
Oh.
Oh, I got it.
Okay.
He crosses his arms, showing he meant business. I exploded in energy as I stood in my bathroom in front of a mirror. I am Goku in this universe. I punched 3 times, screaming at this individual as my solar plex ignited with profound force. I slammed this individual in the head 3 times, destroying him. His whole body exploded into pieces. We got the location of the Mad Hatter. I saw he went through 4 dimensions of black holes to hide away from everything. I remotely viewed his location. We will destroy him. He just lost his best asset. Yeah. The Mad Hatter. Um, they're actually talking about President Trump.
And until they legally hit him court-wise, and I'm going to keep my personal opinions out of the way here at the moment. I will say this legally. Federally speaking, until he's either found guilty, not guilty, that's not for us to say. I mean, unfortunately, me personally, the entire administration is a bunch of corrupt assholes. They're a bunch of corrupt fucking bunch of assholes. Politician-wise, experience-wise, background, whatever. Keep in mind, several of them that got in there I'm not going to speak on that because I don't remember.
We're not going to go into that.
Nope. And again, that would be a slander against somebody that potentially had nothing to do with it, and we're not here to do that.
I choose to put on a video on Prime called The Terminators. It was a synchronicity which would connect us to a live mission. Within the first scene, I made a connection. Danny was the Terminator.
Seriously? No, don't think
No,
so.
I don't think so.
Actually, there's somebody close that he mentioned to me about a year and a half ago that there's a...
Danny could not be a Terminator.
Well,
Danny is too soft-hearted.
Not just that, but the Terminator timeline. They're one of the ones I speak to very closely here and there, if you will. Big shout out to your brother. You know who you are. He's actually involved with the Terminator timeline. One of the ones that actually is in tune with all this, and you should remember that. And that's all I will say there.
Danny could not be a Terminator.
No, he's too sweet.
Exactly. This actor wore the same army shirt and boots which Rocco recalled in the last book. It was a revelation. My body began to vibrate as I showed Rocco the movie from my phone. We would end up watching the entire movie together, making connections as the Orion Black Order cleaned up this breakaway civilization. Huh. Danny being a Terminator? I don't think so.
No. Moving
on. Page 26. Here's just an excerpt. The actors get out of their truck, quote unquote submarine, to escape into a black portal. It is in the shape of a drainage enclosure. What the F? They go to Montauk and enter a portal to the Hedron. Oh, okay. Portal to the Hedron Collider. As we all know, only one soldier has ever worn combat boots and a leather jacket, LOL.
Point being, thank you. Point being, like I said, didn't I just say? Didn't I just fucking say?
Yeah.
All right then. Damn right. LOL. Damn
It is
right.
a long hallway. The man with the gun stole a weapon from the Orion Black Order. He was the man from 7-Eleven in my town. As they make their way through the tunnel, they enter a portal into a DUMB at Presidio, California. Um, what do they call that? Deep underground military base?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Okay. And they went through it's in the shape of a drainage enclosure. Okay. Moving on.
Yeah.
Mm. Page 27. Becoming twins. I'm not going to go there with that. Not going to answer that.
Nope. We'll leave that alone. Moving on.
I recognize a green asbestos crystal my brother bought that was inside the Sharif. They are now off planet on a space colony that reminded me of Xenon, Girl of the 21st Century, the Disney movie. There's another copyright.
Mm-hmm.
They would steal children through portals from their Disney resorts. I meet Lilith there and loved her. I wasn't scared of her. Lilith would intervene to keep me safe from the pedophiles. Okay. For one, Lilith is for her own self. She worked on my body becoming female with her pure black magic. Hello, black magic?
Mm-hmm.
I have a photo of her in my phone. She was beautiful, where others thought she was ugly. Her body was incredible. It was a form of me from the future. Aspects of my femininity. And they spelt femininity wrong. I was learning to become a hermaphrodite. The pain of my coccyx when I was younger was me growing the female parts. The sensations would be sharp and uncomfortable. I can shapeshift to any woman. I am biologically perfect. No, no, no. Lilith was the first woman that was ever created on Earth before Eve. Lilith had the same powers as God. The Kundalini completed my transformation. I showed complete trust in my Maker, and she rewarded me as her double. Oh, I know who he means. I know who he means. Her vajayjay is beautiful and the supplest. I wanted to be exactly like her. Me and Lilith were twins. I was male, she was female. I gave her a male part to complete our transformation. Double agents. We are both genders. Fooling those that can't read us. But it goes on to Danny the Destroyer. Same page, 27. There is loosh everywhere on this space colony, sprayed with thick haze. Danny enters the facility with Rocco's green emerald energy. He hunts them all down in the gray colony. A Terminator activated from this colony in a containment pod. Lilith wakes up. It was Lilith. She shot her purple energy. They turned her into a robot, but I restored her consciousness. I ended up building her a new body. She became aware and destroyed those in this space colony. Everyone was eliminated from this colony. They had thousands of scientists with grays and black goo injectors. What a demonic energy. Page 28. Honey, do you want to read this part? Down here? Swallowed up? Or do you want to pass and make me read it? Don't say that word, just say JJ.
Yeah, I already got it. I already got it wrong. I swallowed out Little Lake City with my giant V and destroyed it as it processed in my womb. I felt energy up my spine as I struggled, but it was easy. I farted a few times and laughed like the Joker. This was the remnant of the destruction that Rocco did in the Terminator's mission. I came into and finished it, swallowing their entire city into my womb. And their city is no more, and it was a long time coming.
Can you say somebody's eating bath salts and doing Tide Pods at the same time?
Yeah.
Or Cascade Pods?
That sounds like it. They're doing something. They're doing something they shouldn't be doing.
Somebody's doing some heavy duty drugs.
About that.
But it claims I swallowed Al-Balix City with my giant V and destroyed it as it processed in my womb. I felt energy up my spine as they struggled, but it was easy. I farted a few times and laughed like the Joker. It was the remnant of the destruction that Rocco did in the Terminator's mission. I came and finished it, swallowing their entire city into my womb. Their city is no more. It was a long time coming. I have no idea.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
This was wrote by Rocco, Stephen Shear, and Christy Campbell.
At least their names are on it.
Was this written by a 12-year-old boy who just discovered astral projection?
I was wondering the same damn thing.
You ain't kidding there.
I mean, valid question. Very valid question.
Page 29. Syrians training hard with neon colors all over, showing stadiums and working out. Space Force is involved. They used my book for information. Fitzpatrick stuck his tongue out. That is an Einstein move. I hate to say this, but Einstein wasn't really the smartest man like everybody thought he was.
He failed
math 3 times.
Yeah.
And the man could not even tie his own shoes. His mother had to tie his shoes for him.
So,
The Buffalo Bills are rolling Buffalo stampeding through corruption. Two players were getting interviewed by the reporter when Josh Allen came up and was acting silly.
All right, catch you later.
All right, have a good night.
Later. Good luck.
Josh Allen came up and was acting silly. It made me laugh so hard. Then I coughed out the city I swallowed up with my V. I went to sleep to visit Maria Orsic and Nikola Tesla. They just got to the planet. They downloaded all my information, allowing them to upgrade their equipment to fit into the grid of the planet. The Bills are all wearing blue caps representing Ta, Egyptian energy. I am proud of everyone that is helping. I told Brandon Beane to draft Josh Allen. I felt it in my heart to have him. Same page, page 29. My V juices burn holes in their containment fields. It's what I learned in the Bible Black School. All right, night.
Later. Night.
They showed it burning the floor in one of the videos. The woman on the far left in the interview with Josh Allen is the woman from the Battlestar Galactica. She is wearing a silver black. She is sexy. I returned back to the Mad Hatter's breakaway civilization and put his whole city in my womb. It was destroyed and needed to be cleaned. I turned into my Joker aspect and began to laugh like him. I was watching the post game and coughed out all the corruption.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Not even sure how to comment on that.
Yeah, definitely don't.
Moving on.
Page 30. Hackers. I was zero cool. Rocco had the Terminator. I had hackers. It was a movie associated with decrypting the archonic program that plagued this universe. Every single frame is loaded with hidden messages. It was a film we worked very hard for. It was the predecessor to the Matrix movies. I was the main character called Zero Cool. Okay. What the fuck ever. We used the Gematria Codex with the Chaldean number system to decode letters and words into numbers. It gave us an idea of what these numbers were associated with and where to look for connections with the images we were showing. We were following the White Rabbit, the colors of these invaders. Fat Cat, you need to go find another place to lay down. So yeah, we will finish up that tomorrow. But like I said, YouTube blocked my Boots on the Ground 6, 7, and 8, saying that I was playing copyrighted content. And I know damn well that I have not played any copyrighted content. It was because somebody got pissed off because he got reported for being half naked on a live stream. And YouTube allows this shit. So YouTube, either you unblock my live stream videos, or I'm going to keep putting out there what you are allowing. And I will put it all over every platform that I am associated with. He said, when asked what it felt like to be the smartest man alive, Einstein said, I wouldn't know. Ask Nikola Tesla. Yeah, right? But it's just, they let men run live streams that's supposed to be quote unquote family friendly that are half naked on a live stream. Instead of blocking him right away, they allow him to continue to live stream. But yet, when we start coming on and telling the truth about people, we get taken down. I don't understand that. Why do we get shut down? Why does our live streams keep getting taken down? It's because somebody is butthurt that he got reported for being half naked. But YouTube allows him to be half naked, lets people live stream drinking and consuming alcohol, and other forms of illegal shit. But yet, people like us who come in and tell the truth about people, and we get taken down. Why is that? Y'all need to start asking YouTube about it. I don't care. You can mention our names. I don't give a shit. You can go and ask YouTube why they took us down and not somebody that's half naked, drinking alcohol on a live stream. You know, men being half naked on a live stream. Other people drinking illegal alcohol on a live stream. And people doing illegal drugs on live streams. But they want to take us down when they've got all this other shit going on that they need to take care of.
And all we are doing
is explaining our experiences, reading excerpts from a manuscript, commenting on it, and we get taken down. Seems a little odd, don't you think? Seems a little odd. Go and question. Y'all go and do a live and question YouTube about this. Because I guarantee you will never get an answer.
No, you won't. I'd be surprised if they are up front with it. I'd be very surprised.
Exactly. We go and we do a boots on the ground telling everybody about our experiences and
True
doing excerpts
experiences
from
about
a
how we grew
book.
up, about how
Or,
we grew up, and
yeah,
about how it pertains to us. And
we get taken down. And it is very odd there, locale. It is. Over the next few days, I will continue reading this manuscript and going through it with everybody and how it pertains to us
mm-hmm.
and what we think of it. And it is very odd. Pudding Cup smokes meth and makes terroristic threats, but he doesn't get taken down. No, he don't. He don't. And he's already told people on private chats, and I quote, um, that he hustles weed, guns, and other drugs to make money. And YouTube don't find this odd. I find it very offensive. All we're doing is trying to explain how we grew up and how this book pertains to us, and we get taken down.
We were directly
We were directly involved with everything that went on in that book, but not as they seen it. And yes, YouTube, in the book, in the manuscript, they do threaten the president. That's domestic terrorism. They call him the Mad Hatter. So, uh, which, you know, he thinks he's the only person who's allowed to talk about Montauk. Exactly.
mm-hmm.
Um, trying to find something here. Oh. Anyway, you know, just things have a way of, you know, he thinks that if anybody's opinion differs from his, they're full of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has different opinions. I don't care who you are. If you don't have a different opinion about something, you're lying to yourself. Because I know my opinions are different than JC's, and that's okay. That's okay. His outlook on religion is his opinion, just like my opinion is about my religion.
Definitely. Not a problem.
But we still get along. We don't sit here and fuss and fight and whatever.
No, we don't.
No. We might have different opinions on religion. He's had quite a few bad experiences. Thank you.
Yep.
But that doesn't mean that all religions are bad.
Yep.
He actually heard one of my pastor's podcasts, and it gave him a different outlook on the way we do stuff at our church, which is a good thing. Definitely a good thing. Got something crawling in my sock. Maybe it's just me. But his way of thinking about Montauk is he's the only one allowed to talk about it. We have our opinions on Montauk. The shit that we went through there, I wish to God we could fucking forget.
Yep.
But meeting each other,
that was the best thing that ever happened to him.
That is the best thing that has ever happened to either one of us. It took me 16 years to realize who I was looking for. We are engaged and we are going to be married next year. Can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you, baby.
Yep.
I love you.
Love you too, to the moon and back, to the end of time.
Always, baby, always.
Always.
And there was one place you can't actually recreate it.
Not here.
Not here. But I was thinking of doing something along the lines of having some photos done at a place that had like a lake with
it would closely resemble it in a way.
In a way. And I think it would be nice to do something like that.
And a certain family member also gave us a possible inspirational idea for maybe a soon-to-be very near future anchor, a little bit of an outdoorsy thing we can think about. That I'll not say the name of it on here and why it pertains to things, but that's something between GP and myself. The other family member, they understand it, but as they have commented, it is not their business. He's just overseeing stuff as well. So as long as things sound good, they leave it alone.
I didn't say that.
Never said that at all whatsoever.
What I'm saying is, this book is full of shit.
It's not at all the way things went at Montauk.
No, it's not.
It was way more materialistic, way more here in the now in a way. You have
they were talking about torturing people to see their altars come out, and that's not how it works.
No, it was more so. Okay, Back several decades ago, in the 40s and 50s, a bet or wager was made, or discussed, if you will. Not exactly made, but discussed. Um, Theorized, if you will. Which one is quicker? Which one's more effective? Trauma or creativity and positivity? And if you want to, and I will give a verbal shout out, credit due, a big. Hopefully, you guys won't consider it a issue there, but big shout out and homage to was it the men who steer eggs. It's just the principle of it is the references some things in that movie. Now I'm not saying what. Just go take a look at it, and hopefully we won't get in. Just saying, I did give a big shout out to him, respect wise. So hopefully that'll be enough for the moment. We'll see. Um, let's just say there was a reason why they put what they put in that movie. Yeah, it's not really. It's definitely not for kids, I would say, due to the nature of it. But it did have some very
Graphic.
graphic details to it, principles, and a lot of it is kind of the way it was, Not really, not quite, but the principles were there. One, if you use your mind enough and your mind is in the right state or whatever, and you don't force it and you allow certain, and no, I'm not meaning by any psychedelic drugs or anything like that. Some individuals are more in tune to certain conditions in which they would allow their creativity and um, mind processing power to work for them, if you will. And that's basically what the movie was about. But there was, like I said, getting back to topic, a bet or wager was discussed or a theorized, and it simply stated that which one is more effective and quicker, trauma or and torture over positivity and creativity. And so that's another reason why I was mentioning the multiverse the other night. Funny thing is, it never even got blocked or restricted, and I checked on it. It's kind of funny on that. I mean, I'm right or wrong, GP.
Yeah.
Stated being, Montauk also is involved in initializing portals or gates, if you will, as they like to call them on some popular TV shows or documentaries, as I'd like to refer to them as sometimes, is um, they were not just time travel, but also interdimensional as well. And that's kind of the way I love or feel about it. That we really don't have time to even touch on it in this stream
No.
or live. We don't have time to do that. That would that would take quite a bit of time, and it had to be reserved for like another set of um, mini lives or whatever. So, I mean, considering the experiences that are now coming to light, yeah. So, anything you want to say, GP? Or,
No, you pretty much said it.
but yeah, Montauk was not just considered time travel, but also considered interdimensional. They did have gates that they did open. That part is correct. Now, it wasn't just used for porting in and out, as they would call it, or gating in and out, as they would refer to it as. It would also be used for things of telepathic, psionics, what do you call it? Pyrokinesis, alkokinesis, telekinesis, the whole nine yards.
Yeah.
Precog, postcog, and keep in mind-
Mediumship,
and keep exactly, and
medical.
exactly, uh, and some others that I technically can't get into at the moment, considering they're still considered sensitive, if you will.
Uh-huh. Classified.
Yep. And we will leave it at that for the moment.
What do they call that? Remote viewing.
Yep. That one can be unpredictable, and it can also give you one hell of a headache if you're not used to it.
Got that right.
And
That's what happened earlier today
Oh, both of us.
when I had the headache.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I took that last ibuprofen that I had.
Uh huh. You remember when I asked you about when I was had my eyes closed for a second, and I was doing a little bit of
Yeah.
guided meditation there, if you will.
Yeah.
And I was like, when I asked you about that, and you looked over and nodded,
And then I went quiet.
then you basically,
And then I told you up front what it was. Yeah.
and then it's like time to lay down and like unstick. That would be, if we do discuss them or touch on that, it would be for another live or another
It'll
video.
be for another live. Because right now we are at an hour and 36 minutes.
Keep in mind, we did mention or comment that it would take hours and quite a bit of time that we
To go into that.
Yeah. But this is all. It's been a long time coming, in other words.
Yeah.
And we're having to.
A lot of our stuff is still foggy. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. Pieces come and fall, and you have to put them in place.
And sometimes they do destabilize, and you have to let them or allow them to flow back up to the surface to where you can retrieve them in a stable sense, and be able to comment. Okay, is this valid? Is this a bunch of echoes or whatever it is, some would like to refer to it as, or is it the real deal, or can it be at least looked at or reflected on? Just keep in mind, folks, when it comes to memory or experience retrieval or recovery, as they call it, you don't get this 100% in just one night or a week or a month. This can take quite a while. And this is sometimes why we say, if you got legitimate, respectful questions that you're generally trying to discover things that are valid questions and they're valid things that. Am I making sense, GP?
Yeah.
So.
I was just checking my messages.
All right. Anything?
Yeah. We are to be careful with things that we talk about.
All right. For the moment.
For the moment.
Understood.
But for tonight, I mean, we have gone through
the bare basics. So, okay, I'm gonna stop right there. Keep moving.
30.
Yep.
Almost 30 pages. And like 20 something pages are nothing but descriptions of what each chapter is or what each page is. The prologues. Page 22 mentions
Me.
JC.
Yeah, mentions me.
Several of the other pages reference two of his altars.
Altars, walk-ins, whatever we want to refer to them as, but they are with me actually as we speak. So.
And we did a live earlier, and we had to end the stream because we had a family emergency that I had to take care of medically.
So,
And that is my one altar.
Mm-hmm.
She is trained in the medical field.
Yep. And actually, she would be the counterpart for Terry, one of my medical altar.
And I can't do blood and stuff like that.
Vomit and blood I usually cannot do.
Yeah, I can't. But my alter can because she's got the medical training.
And the funny thing is, and I'll say this, I don't really care who hears it. I'm thinking that's partly due to, that sense, or that there's a certain Adult Swim show, which big shout out to you, big homage, respect, credit where earned. And if you're not, able to give verification or permission by legal written stuff, you can at least request or give a big shout out to them and not directly name them. That's another way that you can get around that little loophole. Just mention the situation and be done with it. Once you're involved in it, they'll get the point. Sometimes they'll get the message. If not, well, at least it's not vague, and the listeners or viewers won't really understand or know who you're referring to, if at all. If it's a person or individual, in fact, that you're referring to. Hell, it could be an event, or it could be a reflection or thought. The point is, yeah. So, and that's one reason why that's easier to do it that way. But as far as the altars and the walk-ins go, and keep in mind that they usually try to pair altars up with male, female, and yes, they do that with the actual. They try to keep that part. What would you say, equality, like male, female based altars, if you will, or walk-ins, if you will. Because Drew and Cora are both walk-ins, but they're the opposite sex, so in my opinion.
Exactly.
So.
Cara is definitely the mouthpiece for me, and Drew would be the mouthpiece for you.
Yep. And does he have quite one hell of a bit of a potty mouth or sailor mouth?
Oh, yes, he does.
Oh,
absolutely.
Shit does.
Absolutely.
And he does, and sometimes he does fuck up, and so is
Can I get a top up?
I was actually gonna say as well too. Yeah, no problem. Hold on just a second. And this is one of the reasons why we comment or have started commenting or making the little note in the descriptions or each live that no one 21 or under.
Preferably nobody under 21.
Yeah, because a lot of this stuff is going to be.
Yeah, it's
comprehension level
perverse.
Yeah.
It's graphic, and due to the nature of the content, yeah, we prefer children not be watching this stream.
And there are several public programs, individuals that, and I will give a big shout out. I will not mention their names, that I should give respect to. They know who they are. If they see this, much respect and shout out to you. You do it in such a way to where it has people think, it provokes thought, but in a thought-provoking way. And it's not negative or hateful. At least it's not intended to be. Now, there's a few out there that may look at it and, well, that's on them. Myself, the way I look at it, I try to consider every fact. And you've got a lot of really decent facts out there. And I will give it that. And it's like, whoa, okay, but go ahead.
Like we said last night. Yes, please.
Okay, go ahead.
Like we said last night. If we don't know certain things, we'll tell you.
Or we're not able to
access any of that. But like I said tonight, me and him both have said, we came onto YouTube to tell our stories together.
As growing up and experiences.
As we grew up and how we got together and all of that. People sat there and wanted to call us liars. Well, we've got all kinds of proof. physical proof. And now, with this manuscript, we're getting both of our live streams are taken down. We are fighting with YouTube to get our videos back up, but they allow a man half naked. They let a man come on to a live stream drinking alcohol, and they have another man doing illicit drugs. And then they have a man who has admitted on other people's live streams that he tortured and molested children. They don't take them down, but yet let us talk about Montauk and talk about pieces to this manuscript, and our channel gets taken down. Our videos get taken down, saying that we are playing copyrighted content. Well, we decided to do a little test tonight. And it's already been proven that we have dumbasses sitting back in the back, hitting that laughing my ass off emoji, running back and forth. For one, I have been playing that Weird Al Party in the CIA in every one of my fucking videos. 6, 7, and 8 were the only 3 taken down due to the simple fact we was talking about the content in this damn manuscript.
All right, Mod. Thank you, Mod.
I got him. Do what you gotta do.
Thanks, Mod.
What the fuck?
Let's do this.
What do you mean, facts? What do you mean? What do you mean? What you looking at, peeps? Facts. I don't understand that. But like I said, this was experimental. If they've taken it down, then we're going to stay over here on Twitch and we're going to put out a live stream about YouTube. They can let a half naked man do a live stream. They can have another man come in and do a live stream drinking alcohol. And then they have another man that comes on and does illicit drugs. And then now there's one guy that went onto a bunch of people's channels and went on their panels and openly and admittedly stated that he tortured and molested children. Mid to late 80s, early 90s. Oh, what year did the experiments end at Montauk? They've never ended at Montauk.
And actually, I'm going to point something I just noticed, which proves something about the whole thing that I was expressing or discussing with GP earlier and last night. I noticed it last night during one of the after the ones that we did, or the one that we it's kind of funny that the ones that the moderator just got rid of or banned or blocked seem like they're actually supporting Rocco and Steve and Christy because the menu's home, because we were speaking and expressing our truths about it and the way it actually went down, which, by the way, folks, is not easy to do that.
No, it's not. People want to sit there and call us liars. Well, our stories have never changed.
And keep in mind, at the moment, I'm using a disassociative sort of a logic-based way of doing this because it's not the time to get all whatever. And if you're wondering if I'm triggered, no, I'm not.
No,
I'm not.
We're not.
Because I'm testing a theory out at the moment. It's very fascinating on how you would actually. In fact, you know what? It doesn't matter if the site clips or videos are blocked or not. In fact, from what I can see, no, they're just fine. But if they were blocked, then that would just prove that you're willing to support the person who wrote a said manuscript. You claim that the person you're trying to go after is very horrible and very whatever individual, but yet you're going after us for even doing
knowing
excerpts out of the manuscript and all that. It just seems it's interesting. Or what in the world? As excuse me, and then for that you start complaining or start saying, well, you know, this is going to happen if this don't happen, and this wasn't even about you, dude. This wasn't even about you.
No, it wasn't. But you wanted to keep going and going and going. And you're like a fucking Energizer bunny with the batteries in backwards.
Your nose where it doesn't belong.
And you want to sit there and say that I claimed to be a federal agent? I never said I was a fucking federal agent.
And by the way, we've not said your name, and I'm not going to. I don't really care. This just proves another theory that we, in fact, GP and I did discuss.
No, there's no government fund for survivors of Montauk.
And that's another thing that I would say that it's a good. That's why it's good to try to spread and raise awareness for what we were doing. I mean,
You
that's
know,
one. That's
our
one reason.
stories,
I'm not
our
re-
stories have never changed.
No, they have not, and I'm not actually saying anything financially. Could care less.
I
Could
don't
care
care
less.
about funds.
No, I do not.
I don't care
now
about the funds.
there's actual like here in the nows, like soldiers in the military that could definitely use it for their PTSD on the actual battlefields
Exactly.
around the world,
Exactly.
or that sort of thing, or whatever else it may be. Like
Our local veterans,
they don't get treated.
they
well.
don't get treated very well. Exactly.
Around the country, around
Around the United States, they get treated like shit.
Yep, and that's mainly what I'm trying to express on this, because it's really pathetically sad that, and no, I'm not trying to do anything. And no, and this is my view and my
This is our
stance on
stories.
it.
This is our stand on what happened at Montauk.
And how it pertains to us, and
Exactly.
and
There was no cages. There was
not like that exactly.
no. We was not given slump for fucking food.
It was a variety of some things, which some of it I will not name because it's just that disgusting.
It was just that bad.
But at the same time, it needs to be understood that while we are speaking on this, it does not mean we enjoy or relish speaking on it. No, we do not. And that's where, and that's why I'm saying it's kind of interesting that all of a sudden you would try to get videos blocked or restricted, whatever, or complain about them, when in fact you're trying to take down and make the same exact individuals that we were trying to clear the record on
look like they're Mr. Mr.'s and Mrs. Perfect. They're not.
So yeah, with respect, what about that? Ask yourself, what about that? And no, I'm not going to name any names again. It's not important, nor do I care to even mention names. Is that the little online deal that you guys have going? Whatever on that.
There's several of you, and I know exactly who you guys are. You do realize I did go to college.
We both did.
I got in trouble. My roommate got in trouble a while back for breaking Google Maps. He had to take coding classes. Guess what, dumb fucks? I sat and watched these classes with him. So I know what codes I can use to get rid of you. I know what codes to use to find you.
And keep in mind, and yeah, that being said on codes, but yeah, it's everything that has been discussed or expressed or stated, elaborated, etc., is true to the best of our knowledge, and that will not change.
And the only reason why I have a handler is for my own protection.
And keep in mind, I've already been checked, cross-checked, the whole 9 yards. So has said
family members.
And their names and identities will be kept off chart.
Exactly. Okay.
What's up?
Do we get another best fight promo of 2026?
Oh, fuck. I figured I'd fucking be called on that shit. Handler or his bosses? Yes.
Both.
What?
Both.
Motherfucker. They must be bored. It must be slow.
They are. It must be very, very boring at the office because they're drinking 80-year-old scotch watching the live stream on both channels.
Again? Okay. All right. I think we could definitely make that happen.
But they still want to see the VR thing too, so.
I've mentioned that to him, so we'll see what we can do about that. He shook his head, started laughing, but
yeah.
He didn't say no, so that means.
Where
something.
did the virtual headset go?
Either down there in the other container or up there somewhere.
Oh, so it's down there?
Or up there.
Over there? Or up there?
Basically, so.
But
yeah, so with all due respect, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna try a theory here. And what's this about you to a Mr. Support Rocco and Mr. Punching Bag Man trying to go after a certain names I'll not name due to not being important? How is it that you two suddenly look like you're starting to turn on one another, supporting one another? Is it the fact that the said um, information, um, experiences, and growing up together is actually starting to actually stop and make people think, and maybe you're getting things from other users, individuals, etc., that's saying, "Whoa, the fuck? Maybe these two individuals, or maybe these individuals, along with a few others, are actually causing a more of a stir than online in the world. The ones that can actually see and view and watch this are willing to admit or realize." Does that make sense?
Yep.
So with that being said, yeah, about that, right? And I'm getting there. I'm working to it slowly. I'm actually having a little bit of fun. So with all due respect,
and if you are on YouTube and you happen to like this channel, please go hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell because it'll tell you every time we go live. If you are on Twitch, please go and hit that follow button. It will notify you every time we go live on Twitch.
but yeah, if those clips or parts were, those video parts were taken down, I have ways of telling to see exactly what it was and that sort of thing, analytics and all that. And just say this with respect, the individuals will be notified.
My handler
What?
just sent two two
I'm just trying to get there. What's up?
emoji stickers
Excuse me.
that says on fire.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, the experiments at Montauk have never ended.
No,
They're still going.
they may have changed location, perhaps. Yes, no.
But
some of it's still suspended in the matter of speaking. But
yeah. But no, they have not ended any of their experiments. And no, there is no government funding for survivors of Montauk.
simply and quickly put, there you go. And because of people like the ones that were having to combat or counteract or be.
The only thing I ever said about any kind of government shit
Is that we had
evidence for the government, which we've already sent off 2 packets.
Mm-hmm.
And each packet contained copies of this said manuscript.
And keep in mind, backups of each thing are in
We have
locations.
a hard drive and we
locations.
have a flash drive.
Mm-hmm.
And both things are safe and secure. So if anybody wants to say anything about that,
Hey, that's on them.
That's on them. But we have the original manuscript by Steve Shearer, Rocco Fowler, and Christy Campbell.
Mm-hmm.
So, we have just been reading excerpts from this book, 85 pages long.
And keep in mind, one of my walk-ins, a soul incarnate walk-in, one of the excerpts, at least one of them, were taken from his experiences.
Yes.
Yep.
Head name.
Mm-hmm. Little Boy Blue. Yep. Which I was called that twice that I remember as a child. So.
Hedney's story was stolen.
Mm-hmm.
By who?
Hmm.
Steve and Rocco.
Uh-huh.
So let's see. Can he talk his way out of this shit?
And keep in mind, GP, when I ask you if you're familiar with the nickname or term "Little Boy Blue," what was your response? You're like, you said.
My eyes got as big as saucers.
And what was the name you said?
Hedney.
Could it be?
And I said, could it be Hedney?
I'm like, yes, that's correct.
And he said, yes. I do remember hearing his mother call him Little Boy Blue twice as a child.
Mm-hmm. So.
Your mom was a very good woman.
Yep. I mean, she did have reports out of that.
Everybody does.
Yeah.
Everybody does.
Yep.
And since I came here, I found out that his family is just as sick and twisted as I am.
Yeah.
We all have the same sick and twisted sense of humor.
And that's another reason why we say when it comes to sailor talk and potty mouth language, if you're under 21, when it comes to these things.
Yeah, you can't be in here.
In fact, certain family members even ask if they could subscribe to this, and we're like, unless you're over 21.
No, we do not recommend it.
And we said, well, maybe in the next few years that'd be possible, but not now. And they understood. So.
But we have been going for 2 hours and 7 minutes. We have got 5 people viewing this channel, these channels.
Yep.
I think we're going to call it a night.
Yep.
We're going to sit back.
Enjoy things.
Enjoy something to snack on.
Yeah, much needed.
And we're going to watch a movie.
Sounds like a deal for me.
And
we'll be back later.
We will be back tomorrow with some more of the Montauk memoirs. Mm-hmm. So we will see you guys real soon. And we love y'all.
Bye.
Night.